The Defense Minister of Russia has invited an Indian contingent to take part in the Victory Parade scheduled to be held on June 24, 2020 in Moscow. Raksha Mantri has agreed to send a 75-member tri-service contingent to participate in the parade, where the contingents of other countries are also expected to participate. Participation in the parade will be mark of a tribute and solidarity with the people of Russia at a time when they remember their heroes of the Great Patriotic War. To get in more in detail about this particular important information and various other important news, let us begin with today's defense updates of 18th of June 2020. Before beginning, I would like to tell you about SSB Crack Exams. We are the India's largest, most preferred online defense exams preparation portal. It is one-stop solution for you if you're preparing for NDA, CDS, AFCAT, INET, Territorial Army and Indian Air Forces Airmen Group X and Group Y examinations. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter and Telegram, and you can even directly visit us through our website learn.ssbcrackexams.com. You can download our Android app from Google Play Store, where you can have each and every defense related information, examination related study material and all sorts of lecture and content in your hands. Beginning with the question of the day that I have posted on 17th of June 2020, that is yesterday. And the question was about what is Dutch role in an aircraft. This is a purely technical, aeronautical engineering and aerospace oriented question. It is a purely scientific question. It was not related to any general knowledge specifically. So I would like to introduce to you about the specifications on the aircrafts. It is much more important for you because those people who are going to apply, who are going to the current SSB procedures, because the dates has been released for the AFSB 1 2020 dates have been released, and people will be going through various other important procedures at AFSBs. So it is your first and most prime priority to understand about what is generically an aircraft and how does an aircraft fly and the basic issues. So here I am going to tell you about a very important maneuver of an aircraft. We have many other maneuvers like inverted maneuver, pitching maneuver and sliding down maneuver, loophole maneuvers and many more. So I will be discussing what is a Dutch roll for today, and we will go through as the time progresses forward. I will explain to you on various other important maneuvers too. So stay tuned with us to have a much more knowledgeable content here. So the Dutch roll is actually, as per the definition, it is a combination of rolling and yawing oscillations that occur when the dihedral effects of an aircraft are more powerful than the directional stability. Now what is this generically? Some terms we have to understand. What is rolling? This is first doubt we will be getting. Then is what is yawing. Now we know what are oscillations. So now we have to understand what is a rolling oscillation. Then what is a yawing oscillation. Then we have to understand what is a dihedral effect in an aircraft, and then we have to understand what is a directional stability in the aircraft. Now a Dutch roll will be looking in this way. If you are looking at an aircraft in the top view, if it is moving in this way, in this particular direction, as it is moving forward, as it moves forward, it moves left and right, it will be moving in this particular way forward. And while it is moving forward also, if you are looking in the front view, it is also coming in this particular way. So an animation for this I will be providing it to you here for your reference purposes. So that is it with this particular important maneuver. Please have a look at it. Now we have to understand what is actually the basic movements regarding this one. See, this is a basic aircraft. So if you're considering these are the wings of an aircraft, okay, all of these are the wings. This whole part that I'm highlighting about, all of this part is actually the fuselage of the aircraft. Okay, to this fuselage we have the tail attached here. To this tail and to this fuselage we have the horizontal stabilizers. Okay, and this is a vertical stabilizer. This vertical stabilizer also we can call it as a tail. Okay, now here is a propeller. One, if you draw a line like perpendicularly to the forward motion of the aircraft from that end to this end, this particular line is known as the lateral axis of an aircraft. Understanding? Now in the direction of the movement of an aircraft, if you are drawing a line, that particular axis is known as a longitudinal axis, and if you're drawing any axis perpendicular to these two axes, something which is in a kind of z direction, then that is known as a vertical axis. Understanding? So if you're trying to draw an x, y and z axis in this particular directions, all of these are perpendicular to each other. Please remember, all of these are perpendicular to each other. So this, the x-axis will be considering about the longitudinal axis, and we will consider the y-axis as a lateral axis, and we will consider the z-axis as the vertical axis. If you move an aircraft, if you roll an aircraft from this direction to this direction through the longitudinal axis, what happens? This aircraft will move from up and down. It will move left and right. So it will roll it. That is why here it will be possible to roll. Here are the very important components known as ailerons. Ailerons are very important components. They constitute for the rolling of an aircraft. Understanding? If one aileron goes up, the another aileron will go down. Okay, ailerons will act in an opposite direction. But whereas if you're looking about the elevators, if one elevator goes up, other elevator also goes up. Understanding? So in this way, both the elevators work in the same direction, but both the ailerons work in the opposite direction. When one aileron goes down and one aileron goes up, because of the flow of the air upon the aircraft will rotate to one particular direction. That is why rotation of an aircraft through longitudinal axis is known as rolling. Okay, and rotation of an aircraft through lateral axis, that means if an aircraft is rolling through its lateral axis in this way, then the aircraft will be moving in up and down. Okay, the direction of the aircraft will be up and down. Okay, if this is the horizontal line, once it can move up, once it can move up more, it can move down. So this is known as the pitching moment of an aircraft. Okay. And another moment is, if you want to move the aircraft, there is another axis known as the vertical axis. If the aircraft is moving, if it is rotating through its vertical axis, then aircraft will be moving left and right directions through that, and that moment is known as yawing. Okay, so now what is this actual Dutch roll, sir? If in any case the rolling and yawing oscillations, okay, there is a rolling oscillation and then there is a yawing oscillation. So if the aircraft is rolling, that means if this is the aircraft, it is rolling and it is also yawing here and there. That movement is known as a Dutch roll. Understanding? What is directional stability? If an aircraft is moving in that direction, it should be stable in that direction only. Okay, it should be able to maintain that direction for a larger amount of time. Basically, you call that in a very layman's word as a directional stability. Now, if you are not able to maintain this directional stability, and if the aircraft is moving in this way, left and right, and if it is because of these dihedral effects, the irregular lift producing on that particular aircraft, and it is a combination of a rolling and yawing movement that will be produced, and overall this particular science terminology, you simply call it as a Dutch roll. Understanding? A Dutch roll is usually dynamically stable, but it is an objectionable characteristic in an airplane because of its oscillatory nature. Now that is it with about understanding about the science and terminology behind this particular important motion behind the aircraft. Now we will begin with today's defense updates, and the first and foremost important defense update is India is elected as a non-permanent seat into the non-permanent seat of the United Nations Security Council for the 8th time, and this has been in our country has been selected for the year of for the term from 2021 to 22, and it has been supported unanimously. 184 countries out of 192 have valid their votes polled, and 184 countries have given an assent for India to get a non-permanent seat in the United Nations Security Council. But still our dream is there to get towards the permanent seat of the United Nations Security Council, but we will be thinking about it more. To get an extra additional information, the headquarters of UNSC is located at New York in USA. Okay. Next important defense update is this that I was discussing with you in the introductory session, that India is to send the tri-service contingent to participate in the 75th Victory Day Parade of World War II in Moscow. this is the occasion. What was the occasion? This is the 75th anniversary of the victory in the Second World War, and the parade is going to be held on 24th of June 2020 at Moscow. Raksha Mantri has agreed to send a 75-member tri-service contingent to participate in the parade. Actually, this parade should be held on 9th of May. It is on the Russians celebrate the Victory Day parade on 9th of May 2020, but they have postponed it to 24th of June 2020 because of the COVID-19 pandemic issues. Okay, so that is it with this particular important defense updates. Now the next important update is that Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh ji, he reviews the Ladakh border situation with the Chief of Defence Staff and the other 3 services chiefs yesterday afternoon. Raksha Mantri this morning, he reviewed the Ladakh border situation in a meeting at South Block today that was attended by CDS and Secretary Department of Military Affairs General Bipin Rawat, the Chief of Army Staff General M.M. Naravane, the Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Karambir Singh and the Chief of Air Staff Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhadauria. Next important defense update is that the Prime Minister's late night meet has been done with the top 4 ministers and army chief over Ladakh clash. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has had a meeting with the Home Minister Amit Shah, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh ji, Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar ji, and the Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji. All of these 4 important ministers have coupled up with the Army Chief General M.M. Naravane, sir, and all of them have had a meeting yesterday night at 10 p.m. and they have discussed very core and very important defense issues. That is it with today's important defense updates, guys. Now we'll have a very quick review by discussing various important questions. First and foremost question is Victory Day 2020 Russia is celebrated on. It is celebrated on May of 9th, but the Victory Day parade is celebrated on the June of 24. So Victory Day parade is something different. Victory Day parade in this year 2020 is celebrated on the June of 24th. And it is on this day, it is our contingent, our country sending a 75-member tri-service contingent. Okay. Next important defense update is about the current Russian Minister of Defense. The current Russian Minister of Defense is Sergei Shoigu. I would like to be very happy if you mention it in the comment section below. Who is Sergei Kravtsov and Veronika Shrotsova, Anton Silvanov? All of these 3 people are also very important personalities in the Russian political affairs. Next important question is about India elected to non-permanent seat of United Nations Security Council 8th time by how many votes? It has been selected unanimously by 184 votes polled towards us. Next important question is the headquarters of United Nations Security Council is located at which place? It is located at New York. And also mention in the comment section what all important headquarters are located at Athens, Vienna and Geneva. And now we have the question of the day, and the question of the day for today is which country is the top troop and police contributing country to the UNMOGIP? Now also please mention what is actually UNMOGIP. I will also be explaining towards this particular issue in the coming up next session, and I will discuss with you which country is the top contributing police and troop contributing country to the UNMOGIP. So the answer for this I will be explaining in the next session. Until then, stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams. Subscribe to this particular channel. Download our app from Google Play Store. Last but not the least, stay home, stay safe, eat healthy food, always keep up the motivation and Josh high. Please continue your studies and Jai Hind.